I'm going to be teaching holographic breathing, and we're going to be doing breathing and healing. So I'm a little bit zonked out today. I've been on another fast. I've been on another 7-day dry fast. They're quite, well, they're very intense, but the healing from them is magnificent, I have to say. And I think one of the reasons I carry on is that they interface so well with holographic breathing. I think this gentle motion of the mouth, which I just do all of the time, it is my normal breathing. It releases the addictions around food and drink. So you don't, because a lot of that is from suckling, food issues, early childhood things in the womb. And that continual motion is releasing that and integrating that all of the time, and issues around suckling. So when it comes to fasting, it's much, much easier because there isn't, I've got to eat, because there's all of this tension in the jaw and built up karma in the jaw. So I think I find it easier because of that. I think I'm just used to going without food already. Maybe from past lives, I think from past lives I did it. But also the holographic breathing keeps the saliva going in the mouth, which will normally dry up on a dry fast with people, but doesn't with me. And also, it's a problem for people on dry fast is that you don't go to the loo on dry fast. As soon as you get into it, the whole digestion stops, and it will just stay there until the end. And because you're on a dry fast, you're not drinking anything, it'll be very, very constipated by the end. But when I'm doing holographic breathing, and especially with the feet and getting the movement through the diaphragm, my digestive system and organs don't close down as they do with other people. And I just go to the loo normally, so I don't get any of the constipation. It makes a big difference to be able to clear that all completely out, and then the whole digestional tract can heal. So, and that's one of the major things I'm feeling at the minute, is I can feel my whole digestive tract. It feels like a baby's digestive tract. It just feels soft and lovely. And for anybody new, I always witter on a bit about what's going on in my life, and it seems to set up the energies for whatever we're doing in the group, and then we go into the energies and the healing and teaching holographic breathing. But I think it integrates, because we will be working with the organs today more than likely. And the major thing, I started doing these to clear the after effects of Lyme disease and to get my immune system going and working. But I had major traumas around 20 years old, which came, I think my mother tried to abort me at 3 months, at least that's what I was told, and it synchronizes with that. I gave up drugs at about 20, and at the same time my liver packed up, my pancreas packed up, I got a hiatus hernia, and there was this permanent pull around my ribs and into the spine. And on the dry fast, it goes through each organ one by one. First it works through the stomach and clears out that exact pain, and then into the liver and clears whatever that toxicity is in the liver. And again, with the holographic breathing, you just help it all along. And at this time, as the liver and pancreas cleared, very clearly drugs. It was just LSD. It was repressed LSD experiences where I'd become scared. You're very young, you don't know what you're doing, you're already a psychic without knowing it. So my trips were probably a bit more lucid than other people, and you get all these snakes and demons, which quite scary at that age. But now it's like, oh wow, that's great, you know. So you can just, rather than being scary, they're powerful. So just experiencing all of those elemental things that were coming up to the surface in those experiences, and that was deeply clearing through the liver, deeply clearing through the pancreas, and it just goes one by one through these organs on different days, and back into the kidneys, back into the spleen, and right into the spine, where it all interlinks into the spine. So I'm just coming out of that at the minute. I'm probably running a webinar a bit too soon after a dry fast, because you need to spend quite a while just getting used to food again. But in the time space allocated, that was it. I got 3.5 days to come back. So I'm in that quite different space. It's spiritual as well. It doesn't just clear physical things. It's, you know, behind all illnesses, or for me, behind all illnesses, there's spiritual energies, entities, spiritual beings. It all is different layers of the same thing. And as those clear, the spirits go home. And I think there's also something in a dry fast. It is like you are going towards death. You are not eating and you're not drinking, and if you carry on too far, you're going to die. And I think as you're going into that, the spirits start leaving, a bit like leaving a sinking ship. They go, oh, this guy's gone, we might as well go home now. So their transit out of you is much quicker. And I always feel like I've just shed just all sorts of things on all levels. So coming into this with that quite new energy for myself, and not quite orientated into that new energy. So that is the space I'm coming in with. We are going to run, or I am, we are, they are, because it's the beings that come in, the higher energies, the channels that come in. Going to run this webinar slightly different, in that I'm going to run it more like an individual session, where if I go into an individual session, I don't really know what we're going to be working with. There's a sense of it, and I pray to the different levels of energy in the higher self and the earth first, but then I'm just talking with the client or person, and what they talk about becomes the session, and the energies unfold and different things come to the surface, and then we move into the holographic breathing, and it can all start unraveling. So rather than teach a particular dynamic today, we're just going to do that. I'll teach holographic breathing, and I will just be listening to the energies of the group and going with that. Now, I am doing that anyway when I'm running webinars. I am just listening to the energies and letting them unfold, but also I'm always teaching a particular dynamic. So we're doing it without that particular dynamic, and it's maybe helpful for the people doing the practitioner training. I see there's some people here from the practitioner training, in that it may help you towards running your sessions. Anybody in any doubt whether they think they should come to the practitioner training or not, be in doubt no longer. Just come along. Just come to it. It's kind of, I think it's where I'm moving towards in the teaching is, I will obviously carry on with the free ones and the direct teaching, but my energy is moving towards teaching people to teach. And I wasn't sure how the first one was going to go, but it was very powerful, and what I was interested in happened, which was just in the channeling of it. It just came through in a whole different way, rather than me working with lots of people and a channel coming through and helping with all of that. It was like everybody was working with each other. The channel from me was different. It was helping open those people's channels, so it came through on a higher level to facilitate people to find their own channels, their own connections to the higher self, their own inner truth to the holographic breathing. Because when you show it to other people, you have to drop back into that core experience, which is spiritually led in holographic breathing. So it brings you into a much deeper, fundamental understanding of it. I think many people there aren't really interested in going out and teaching, but they're getting it at a much deeper level. So if you're interested in coming along to that, you can still join that. The first one's recorded. There's a list. You'll join a list of everybody's emails, so you can practice and swap the teachings between each other. And the other difference in it is that with these, I just don't do sharing. I don't have lots of people sharing different things, because it just doesn't work so well. It's okay, but it doesn't work so well. But with the practitioner training, it's kind of just that. I talk for a while, I demonstrate it, and then I was amazed for 2/3 of the thing. It was just people asking questions and me divulging my insights into that, which led the whole webinar. So it's a completely different feel. It's much more cosmopolitan, or everybody involved and talking to each other. From what I gather, people are emailing each other and working together. So it makes for a strong bond and a strong group. At this stage, it's new. For training, it's incredibly inexpensive. If you want to go out and teach it, you can. It will be a powerful journey. It's a new breathing system, new breathing modality. You will be shining the light for yourself, and that light will be coming through you. And you can make an income from it. So that is there if you wish. I was bowled over. One, by the amount of interest. I thought there'd be 7 or 8 people, and they're more like 20. But just by the potency and ease that it came through. So I was very pleased with it. So if you're interested, that is still open. Best to join sooner rather than later, because then you can do a bit of homework before we do the next one. And I'm doing the fundamentals of, really getting the face moving and the different structures and opening. And interestingly, quite a few people are coming with that, whose faces are held. And with those webinars, you can transform people's lives if their maxillary is out of position, or they have a hair lip, or a deviated septum, or whatever it's called, different things like that. Or underbites or overbites. You can heal all of that and balance people. So anyway, that is there. Then next week we've got a very powerful fire energies webinar. Everybody can join that as well, working with the fire energies. I will send out an email with all of that on, with the recordings from this, but that's working with the heart, the hara, the ovaries, testes, uterus, prostate, small intestines, and different energy systems through the body that opens this fire energy, which is one of the energies we work with in holographic breathing, and may very well come through tonight in this webinar. Anyway, I'm going to teach holographic breathing. In holographic breathing, the lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and it's the upper surface of the tongue as much as feels comfortable. It can be half an inch, the whole tongue, but it has to be comfortable. The breath is through the nose, and on the in-breath, the jaw is gently opening, and on the out-breath, the jaw is gently closing. And it's a small motion of the jaw, maybe that big. A quarter of an inch, 2 or 3 centimeters, small, gentle motion of the jaw. Breathing in, the jaw is opening. Breathing out, the jaw is closing. Now, I'll be teaching that in a guided meditation. If you're new, it's best to wait until I'm actually guiding it, because it can be a little bit hard work if you just try and do that. But for now, you can have your lips relaxed and closed and have the upper surface of the tongue on the roof mouth, just to get used to that. And anyway, I'll teach that first. We'll go through a system of exercises to get that going and get that moving through the body. And then I don't actually know what's going to happen, but I'll just listen to the energies of the group, the powers that be, the energies coming in, and we will just go with the mood. Oh, there we go, here it is. See, it always comes. I think what I'm going to talk about for ages, and we get halfway through and I realise what I'm going to teach. And what we'll be working with is the, I don't know why I'm speaking this word, transitory energies. We'll be working with the transitory energies that are in vogue at the minute, like whatever universally is coming through, whatever the mood is of the general energies of Earth, the higher self, how we're moving through the cosmos, what is next for the human race. And my God, I don't know if anybody's noticed, we are right on a tipping point at the minute. I think people in Canada have already been censored. I think there's already a censor on the internet in Canada, and I was watching a video today where they've, without even putting it through Parliament, without having to ask permission, they can stop people's bank accounts, they can take the money out of people's bank accounts. They're going for total control. And that's kind of templates. That template is coming through in England. We've also got some laws coming through so they can censor the internet. The WHO is WHO, that program is going through where they have total authority over the governments and people and everything. Legally, you'll have to do what they say if it gets voted through Parliament, and the MPs aren't stopping it. They're allowing it. The climate I've been watching the charts, seem to have gone off a tipping point about 4 months ago where everything is advancing exponentially. So in my world anyway, I might be wrong about all of that, but in my world we are hurtling towards a tipping point. And I don't know what we can do functionally to stop that, but we can work energetically on ourselves, because there will be a counter energy, there will be that energy, and there will be a healing energy to go with it, which I guess is to do with everyone actually waking up and taking responsibility for themselves, rather than handing the responsibility over to a father figure like the government or a doctor or whoever. That people actually wake up, start taking responsibilities, and look at what's happening around them, and also evolve spiritually. I think at times like this there is a beckoning towards spiritual growth, and you can use these situations for spiritual growth. And if enough people align, you see everything, you know, there's these darker things and different manifestations going on all around, but there's also the light. There's the light from within us, there's the light that's coming to us to balance the shade. It will balance back and forth in different ways, and to work with that and the different higher levels. And I think quite often we are not as powerful as we think we are. These powers that be, the governments, these rich bodies, these multinational companies, they're not as all powerful as they think, and we kind of move into a different star system, or we move through a different energy, and everything changes and is reset in a different way. So it's not just predestined, oh nasty word, we're going to go down that route and we're all another nasty word without a paddle. We can allow, you know, at the very least, we can move forwards in ourselves and allow the light to come through, allow the transformation to come through. We don't, you're never going to move forwards and stay the same. I mean, how can you move forwards and stay the same? You have to change at the same rate as you're moving forwards. So moving forwards is you changing. So to allow yourself to change, to allow yourself to be renewed, to allow yourself to be called upon. People are being called upon at this time, not just to wake up, but to wake up and act, to wake up and be a power, to wake up and talk their truth, to wake up and out of this slumber, out of this dogmatic, just going through the same rituals right through till the end of your life, of staying safe until you die. Out of that, people have got to come out of that now and have to put stuff on the line. You have to put your livelihood on the line, whatever on the line, your safety on the line, to talk the truth. People have to become truth tellers at this time. It can't just be one or two people. I'm not saying I'm right. What I'm saying may be totally wrong, But the advice I'm giving and what I'm being told to say, it's valid whatever situation you're in. And I might be wrong, it's just I start speaking something, as you noticed, I wasn't expecting to say this, there's an emphasis to say that. And you can take it in whatever way you wish to take it. So it looks like we will be enabling that in one way or another tonight. Okay, that was it. That was brilliant. I had no idea that was going to be the webinar. So I'm going to teach holographic breathing. I'll demonstrate it just so that you can see the lips are relaxed and closed. The tongue is relaxed and on the roof of the mouth. On the in-breath, the jaw is gently opening. On the out-breath, the jaw is gently closing. Small motion of the jaw, 3 or 4 millimeters, 1/4 of an inch, very gentle. I'm going to demonstrate it. You probably won't even see it, but you will see that my lips stay closed. That is very subtle. It's not one of these cathartic breath works. It's a spiritual, meditational, integrated breath. So I will just do that. It's this dry fast. It's made me speak more. It's taken the edit button off. It wasn't much on in the first place, I have to admit. So anyway, I'll just demonstrate that. Okay. And as soon as I start doing that, I just go into a deep, relaxed, meditative place. And for me, I start channeling as well. Now, if you're new, it's very soporific. My voice is very soporific. The channels send people to sleep. If you're new and you're learning this for the first time, it's really good to be sitting up for the first, and until you've actually got it, till it's actually working naturally, so you do actually get the holographic breathing. Because if you fall asleep halfway through that and don't actually get to the end of it, then there's no point. You miss how to do it. You can lie down once it's going. In fact, at a certain point, I'll say it's okay to lie down, because we'll also be working with the motion of the feet. And I'll just show you, there's a motion of the jaw. I will just show you the motion of the feet as well, which I'll bring in at a certain point. I'll teach it, first of all, flapping the foot, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then, as well as pulling up at the front, you pull up the back. So it's from here, it's breathing in, the foot flattens, breathing out, the foot domes. It goes like the diaphragm, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And I'll talk you into that. The hands are the same, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Brilliant. Okay, so for the new people, first bit, stay seated. Or I'm not going to order you to stay seated, but if you want to learn it, then stay seated. I've got a bit of experience in this. People find it very hard to stay awake. Even the advanced practitioners spend half their time asleep. And when I edit it, I spend half my time asleep as well. So something goes on that sends people to sleep, but you've got to get through that first bit without going to sleep, of learning it. It's not all the connective breath people, it is not connective breath. Leave a space. It's normal breathing, no specific speed, doesn't have to be deep. It's just natural, soft breathing. Simple as that. Meditation's already started, so I'm going to go into that. Let's go into the meditation. So we'll just go into all that I've said. Closing your eyes. And for the people who know holographic breathing, gently breathing with the holographic breathing. If you don't know holographic breathing, just soft, relaxed breathing. And we're going to bring in some energies to resource people, to having your eyes closed, sending a smile to the earth, and allowing the earth to say hello back. Sending a smile, sending some energy to the earth, and allowing the earth to say hello back. Notice what that feels like through your body and through your energies. And sending a smile, sending some energy to the higher self, and allowing the higher self to say hello back. Notice what that feels like through your body, allowing communication with the earth, allowing communication with the higher self. And sending a smile, sending some energy to the beneficial energies. These are any higher beings, divine energies, or any energies you like to work with, as long as they're beneficial. That's all that matters. Sending a smile, sending some energy to the beneficial energies, and allowing the beneficial energies to say hello back. These may be teachers, ancient teachers, spiritual teachers, ancient knowledge, divine energies of one form or another that can resource you, and allow them to say hello back. Relax the back of the neck, relax the back of your head. And we're going to start learning the holographic breathing, having the lips relaxed and closed, having the tongue relaxed and on the roof of the mouth. And as much as feels comfortable, the tip of the tongue touching or close to the front teeth, and then it may be half an inch of the tongue on the roof of the mouth, it may be an inch, maybe the whole tongue, but as long as it's comfortable. And just gently breathing through the nose, the lips are relaxed and closed, the tongue is relaxed and on the roof of the mouth. And relaxing the back of the neck, allowing the energy to go through the back of the neck and back of the head. And then just moving the jaw up and down, not with the breath to start off with, just bouncing the jaw up and down. I just want you to get the experience that you can move your jaw and you can keep your lips closed. So just small motions, bouncing the jaw. It can be a bit like chewing. We chew every day, the jaw moves and the lips stay closed. Just notice you can easily move your jaw and you can keep your lips closed. And then slowing that down, just a gentle up, down motion of the jaw. Get used to it, slowly going up and down, and slow that right down. And then when you feel ready, as the jaw is opening, it's drawing the breath in through the nose. As the jaw is closing, it's releasing the breath out through the nose. Notice it feels like a little bellows. We're doing this in quite a physical way to start off with. We're going to change it in a bit, but just getting used to that as the jaw is gently opening. It's like a suction. It's drawing the breath in through the nose, and as the jaw is relaxing closed, the breath is releasing out through the nose. Relax the back of the neck. Relax the back of the head. Notice how you start getting a much deeper breath and the diaphragm starts to work. The jaw is relaxing open, the lips stay closed, the tongue stays on the roof of the mouth. Breathing out, the jaw relaxes closed, the breath comes out through the nose. You may feel your whole mode of breathing starting to change, becoming deeper and softer. The jaw is opening, the teeth are coming apart. Breathing out, the teeth float back together, but there's no pressure. As the jaw closes, there's no pressure between the teeth. They just gently touch, or they can just be slightly separate so they don't touch at all. The jaw relaxes open, it draws the breath in. The jaw relaxes closed, the teeth lightly touch, the breath is coming out. Notice how you start moving into an altered state of consciousness. We're now going to change the gestalt. We're going to move up a level. Rather than having the emphasis on the jaw, breathing in, the emphasis comes to the nose. As you breathe in, the breath coming in through the nose. And as the breath is coming in through the nose, the jaw follows, gently opens. As you breathe out, the jaw gently closes. Notice how everything becomes much softer, more meditative. Breathing in, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, it relaxes closed. The lips stay closed all of the time, and the tongue stays relaxed on the roof of the mouth all of the time. And we're going to start grounding that into the body. The chest is opening, the jaw follows. The chest is closing, the jaw closes, integrating with the chest. It's the muscles of the chest and diaphragm that are actually moving the jaw. We take a block away and then the jaw just moves with the movement of the diaphragm and chest. Breathing in, the diaphragm is dropping, the jaw relaxing open. Breathing out, the diaphragm is rising, the jaw relaxes closed. It's the abdomen opens, the jaw relaxes open. Breathing out, the abdomen closes, the jaw relaxes closed. You may feel in a very gentle way your whole face, cranium, brain, neck and throat have started to breathe. You may feel energies moving through your spine, through your brain. You may feel yourself connecting with the earth and the divine energies. The lips stay closed, the tongue stays on the roof of the mouth all of the time, gently breathing. Notice how you feel like you breathe right down into your pelvis, or that your pelvis is breathing, opening on the in-breath, closing on the out-breath. In a very subtle way, your arms, legs, hands and feet have started to breathe. Every cell is starting to breathe, opening on the in-breath, closing on the out-breath. It's important to let the energy traverse through the neck and throat so that it can rise from the body through the brain into the higher self, and the higher self can come down through the brain into the body. You need to relax the neck, allow that gate to be open. Gently breathing with holographic breathing. It's a new modality of the breath. Well, it's an old modality of the breath. It's always been there. It just hasn't been taught until now, or not that I know of. Breathing in, every cell opens. Breathing out, every cell closes. Connects with the universe, connects with the higher self, connects with the divine teachers and ancient teachers and divine knowledge of our makeup and matrices and energies. Energy knows us through and through, and it mirrors us, can take us apart and heal us. And let that energy travel through your legs. If you are new and you are feeling that it's working, it's okay to lie down if you wish. We're going to start the movement with the hands and feet, so you'll need to be able to have your legs stretched out and your arms stretched out. So if you are going to lie down, I'm not saying you have to lie down, but just some people may be more used to that. But your legs need to be stretched out and your arms need to be stretched out kind of straight, just so that this works properly. And on the in-breath, flapping your toes up or your feet up. On the out-breath, letting your feet flap down. Still doing the holographic breathing. Breathing in, the feet flapping up. Breathing out, the feet flapping down. Notice how that tenses through the front of the leg and works right up through the front of the body. Notice how it also starts to ground you. Then doing the same from the back, it's pulling up at the front and the toes. It's also pulling up from the heels through the calves and the back of the leg. So rather than the foot flapping up, it just flattens and stretches as you breathe in. Breathing out, they relax and slightly cup. Breathing in, they flatten. Leg tenses front and back. Breathing out, they relax slightly and slightly cup. Notice how you get a much deeper breath. It pulls deeply through your diaphragm. Breathing in, the foot flattens. Breathing out, the foot relaxes and cups. And then with the hands, they're splaying open on the in-breath. Relaxing closed on the out-breath. So hands and feet opening on the in-breath, closing on the out-breath. This will make the whole thing much more grounded, much more physical. I'm just going to do a little bit of work grounding everything. First, you may start feeling this moving through your lower back, through your hips, through your spine. Now that you've got that, you can just have that at whatever level. You can be doing it strongly, or you can just have it very lightly going. But notice it makes the breathing much more grounded. Also, you have to have your neck relaxed and straight, because it will move through your neck. If you drop your chin a bit, it will allow it to go through your neck. So just letting that all calm down. So the hands and feet, they're connecting to the muscles and bones through the whole body. The jaw connecting as well to the bones and the muscles. The tongue connecting to the organs. Notice if you become aware of your tongue, you become aware of your brain, you start becoming aware of the lungs, you start becoming aware of the digestive tract. In a way, it's easier to become aware of where the digestive tract starts and where it finishes than what it is in the middle. You can also become aware of the rectum. And if you become aware of the rectum, you may feel your kundalini starts releasing up. As soon as you become aware of your rectum, this energy starts releasing from the pelvic floor and up through your spine. Again, you need your spine straight, your neck straight, so the energy goes through your brain. In holographic breathing, we do a lot of work letting these energies transform our brains for the new era, for the new time, for the connection to the divine energies. And if you let your rectum, the rectum is one of the organs of the kundalini, along with the genitalia. You let the rectum release energies going through the neck and brain. So this is not a particularly easy one to feel, but I'm feeling it in the small intestines. And this is a grounding, it's a very soft energy. You will have to be aware of your tongue and probably your rectum. And the small intestines are right in the middle behind the navel. And I think it's about 24 feet of tubes all kind of coiled together there. And they have the baby pink quality, very grounded quality of being a baby, being very soft. Babies do holographic breathing. So notice with holographic breathing you can become aware of your small intestines. It's quite interesting that after that talk there's our physical body, and the minute it's wanting to ground, it's wanting to find an earth through the small intestines, but it's laid on a background of the universe and the universal energies and limitless growth. We confine ourselves to our life and what's around us, which is very tight and holding compared to the expanse of the universe, the universal energies, our higher self. So being with that soft, gentle grounding of the small intestines, but allowing this greater reality of limitless power, reality beyond time and space, energies beyond anything we can comprehend, and that it's aligned to heal us. It's not out to get us. It's aligned to heal us, and it has to go gently and softly so as not to destroy us. So it's just this very gentle beckoning from the universe. And sitting down in Chahara, which is just a couple of finger widths below the navel, it's an energy center. Being aware of the small intestines, it's asking for grounding and this all-consuming experience of the universe. Relax your neck. Relax your head. You may still be very gently moving the hands and feet. You definitely must be still doing holographic breathing. And it just wants to stay there. The minute it just wants to stay in the small intestines. It's like a new birth. The small intestines are to do with early childhood. And this is like the birth of you, your baby inside you, a new birth for a new time. A new spiritual birth into a new age. And you have to come in, you can't just come in with the spiritual energies because it will just burn out your brain cells. You have to come in grounded, and the small intestines are some of the best organs for that. You might start feeling quite warm because the small intestines and hara are part of the fire circuit. It's good to allow yourself to drop back into the lower spine, which is the area of the spine related to the fire circuit. This may also open your heart. You may feel a fire in your heart, but it's all silhouetted onto this mandala of the universe, or universal energies. Let your neck relax, let the energy go through your neck, let the energy go through your brain. And just letting the lower spine dissolve. Let the shoulders relax, let the spine dissolve. And it's connecting the kundalini from the ovaries, testes, starting to release. So you get the kundalini from the rectum at the back, releasing more up through the back of the body. You get the kundalini from the ovaries and testes, more releasing up through the front of the body and releasing the eyes. Let your neck go. Just relaxing into that. What will be, will be. Okay, we're kind of moving into a different circuit, becoming aware of your lower shoulder blades. In the back of your pelvis. has a much richer, darker energy. And your throat, let your throat go. There's a wanting to channel, a wanting to connect to the higher energies. You have to let the trachea release, the front of the throat going down to the lungs. Have to let the neck release, so the neck becomes a channel. And this releases the energy through your face and brain. And this can cause a bit of pressure at first, but then if you allow that to rise through the top of your head into the higher self, divine energies, the brain starts to unravel. The mind switches off. Don't switch off, it moves into a different mode. You become a viewer rather than part of it. The energy releases through the top of your head up into the divine realms, the divine teachers. And there's a communication happening. There's a communication from your cells, from your organs. It's like a switch. It's like they're releasing energy up through the neck, through the brain, into the higher self. And it's being acknowledged in the higher self, and it's that you're ready. That you're ready to move forwards, that your body wants to move forwards, that your cells are ready to move forwards. And it's a release of chains. It's a release of bondage and karma. And ill health. Part of that bondage is ill health, that illnesses that have held you down can rise out. And there's a, I don't know whether you want to call it a payment or whatever, but there's a transfer as they leave, the higher self gains entry. The higher self comes in and heals all and everything. Allow yourself to be healed, and that's wanting to work right down into the small intestines again, and the lower back and into the pelvis. So it's grounded. So there is this connection to the beyond, but it's really quite grounded. It's getting right down into the pelvis, right down into the legs, into the arms. And it's a message from both. It's a synchronicity. It's a message from your body to the divine, and it's a message from the divine to your body that it's time. It's time to move forwards. It's time to start that journey. It's time to wake up and speak your truth, or to be a messenger of the gods. Be a messenger for the higher self. That you're willing to be healed, and that you're willing to be a messenger. That you are willing to talk and put yourself out, put your truth out there. You're no longer encumbered by not saying what you want to say. Around the kidneys, letting your kidneys go. Water damp in some people's kidneys, allowing that to release. Very different energy. The kidneys, adrenals, much bluer, relating to the bladder, vagina, penis. Again, grounded into the vagina, penis, and urethra. And again, a message from the beyond. All of these organs have a direct connection to the divine and the beyond. And as that connects with the vagina, with the penis, with the urethra, kidneys release, they can release down, but also they accept God. They release, they receive God, and they speak their truth into God. All that is missing, all that keeps us encumbered, can leave when we start communicating back and forth between us and the divine energies. All of those blocks are just impediments of our connection to the earth and our connection to the divine energies and different karmic experiences. And by allowing that breath, by allowing that communication, that karma leaves. You may still have illnesses afterwards, but you can clear all of the karmic blocks. So maybe next lifetime you don't get that illness, and maybe this lifetime that illness dissolves. But it means leaving the little you and allowing yourself to be universal. And we're doing this in a very grounded way and staying grounded in our organs. And if you want gentle motion of the hands and feet, just allowing that speech, allowing that communication, allowing your neck to relax and letting the energies travel through your neck. The word, something to do with the word and the speech and the energy of speech and the commitment of you to your soul's purpose. There's something about allowing yourself to commit to your soul's purpose, whatever that may be. Okay, we're going to come back in about a minute. Really allowing the lungs to breathe. There's a bit of congestion in the lungs. Allowing a depth of breath through the lungs, through the bronchial tubes, through the diaphragm. The breath of life. Allow that breath to be imbibed by Spirit, by God, by the earth. Deeply healing you, every atom of breath merging into you and healing you, letting it come from God, the divine, the beyond, and deeply connecting with your soul, your spirit, your soul's purpose here. Okay, so it'll be about a minute, just gently being with that. And sending a thank you to the earth. Sending a thank you to the higher self, the beneficial energies, any divine teachers you were working with, any divine energies, whoever, whatever you were working with, sending a thank you. And letting the energies go off for love and healing to the earth, for love and healing to the higher self, the divine energies, and allowing yourself to be loved and healed. And letting your energies go out to all sentient beings for love and healing. And you are a sentient being allowing yourself to be loved and healed. And when you feel ready, gently allowing yourself to come back. So, waving your hands if you enjoyed that. Lots of wavy hands, wonderful. So we'll be doing another one of these in about a month. I think I'm going to run it in the same way. We're just going to go off-piste, or whatever it's called, where you go skiing on your own route rather down the normal routes. So we'll be going off-piste or whatever. We're going to get piste. We're going off-piste, or whatever that word is, and just doing whatever comes up. And my guess is there's going to be quite spiritual connections and just opening up, as it said, that soul purpose into a physical manifestation. Right, so next Sunday, if you want to take this in more depth, we've got the fire energy webinar, really amazing webinar series. We worked a lot. Small intestines is part of the fire energies, the ovaries, testes, also the prostate, uterus, heart, thymus, thalamus, pituitary gland, the nasal passageways, the hypothalamus, and the connection to the divine energies. So we're working through that whole circuit. Anybody on the practitioner training, I highly recommend doing these other webinars, because that is what, you get used to the different organs, you get acquainted with the different energies, and then you're able to teach that. when you're teaching holographic breathing. You can't teach it unless you know what it is, energetically, experientially. So anyway, recommended to everybody. Everybody is welcome to come to the practitioner training. All you have to know to come along to that is how to do holographic breathing, which you've learned tonight. So everyone can come. Highly, highly recommended, whether you want to teach it or not. My personal experience is that what I'm channeling comes through on a whole different level, and it's enabling other people to find their higher consciousness that holographic breathing evolves out of. So whether you're going to teach it or not, it just brings the whole presence of holographic breathing in you to a deeper depth. And I just think holographic breathing is part of the jigsaw. It's a piece of the jigsaw of how we move into the new era. And you know, all that I spoke about, we can move spiritually forwards. I don't think that that does not have power. That has power. Just us moving spiritually forwards brings in energies that changes everything. However rich or powerful a person or organization is, they all have stumbling blocks. They all roll along with karma, and the more we wake up, the more we bring in the divine energies, the more we integrate with our soul purpose, the more this whole regime and matrix around the earth crumbles. We move into a new age. So I'm going to make it so that everybody can say thank you. And I'll send out the newsletters as soon as this is edited. It takes me a while to edit it because I make a good quality sound and I have to splice that into the video. So either tomorrow or Tuesday that will come out. It will have links to the fire energy webinars. It'll have links to the practitioner training. These free webinars are not weak, they're potent. And just if you feel to give something back, you know, come along to one of those paid webinars. They are not expensive. The whole fire energy webinar series for 5 2-hour webinars is £44. That's nothing. It really is nothing compared to what most people are charging for webinars. The therapist training is a bit more expensive, but it's a therapist training. You know, I think it's £170 for 4 4-hour webinars. So it still works out at less than a tenner, I think, an hour. Most just normal webinars are double that. So my work is not expensive. Get it while it's cheap. Get it while I'm still here and alive. You never know, I might die on one of these dry fasts one day. Make use of it while I'm here. But I won't die, I'm going to be around a bit, I think. Anyway, I'm going to turn your microphone. Yeah, look, come along, learn holographic breathing and put it out there. So it's not just me. Do your job. If you haven't got another job, do that one. As ever, been an absolute privilege, truly an absolute privilege to come along and teach. I wouldn't be able to do it without you. I wouldn't have known any of that stuff I spoke about earlier because I hadn't thought about that. So it's a teaching for me just as much as it's a teaching. You're my teachers. Yeah, the higher energies don't come through unless you're here. So deep gratitude, deep respect. If you're new, we're here every Sunday. You can come to the webinars, the free webinar once a month, something like that. march into the new age with holographic breathing, and whatever else you're doing as well, you know, the whole lot, bring it in. Do what we got to do to get there. All right, have I got, I don't think there's anything else to say. I love you. I love you all. Everyone's sending everyone love, and everyone's sending everyone health. And I look forward to seeing you all next time.